voice channel the notes that we have for today. I made this intro question. Let's try to keep it short, but this is intentional to include the no voices. And what are the things you're worried about right now? It can be in family, in work, whatever worries you. I can start. And I am worried about that I want to decentralize, but I don't want to make something chaotic. So I want to find like the right balance and between the polarity of like centralization and decentralization, and at the same time the balance between change and continuity. So I feel that we have made a lot of progress until now in Gravity, but I think that right now to improve we need to change. So I am super excited about some of the things that we were talking about, like having a new structure in Gravity with multiple stewards, having a better role description. All that is going to be in this agenda. But yeah, I want to share. So Anna, what are the things you're worried about?
Yeah, I'm worried about I don't get enough sleep, and I often get stuck on my laptop, so I forget to eat. And I'm worried about the fact that we don't have yet psychologists here in Gravity. That's all.
Perfect. Perfect. Do you want to pass it to someone?
Yeah, sure. I'll pass it to Benz.
Sure, thanks. What are the things I'm worried about right now? I think I'd say just I'm still kind of in this like transition period, like away from normal status quo stuff, and just kind of trying to find a groove and like a a consistent role or so. It's kind of what I'm thinking about. Maybe not so much worried. Yeah, I think you're doing a good job at summing it up for me, Juan. If you want, I can take notes too, if it'd be easier if you want to facilitate and I can jot these notes down.
Okay, that would be amazing. Thank you. Who do you pass it to?
I will pass to Raujo. Is that how you say it? Sorry. Or Bianca.
Thank you, Ben. Well, right now, I'm worried about a wedding that I need to go today. And I'm a bridesmaid, so I have some things to do for the bride. And I am running around to get some stuff done for her. She got me like a list of things to get done today. So today my hurry is around that kind of topic. But other than that, the things that goes through my mind is um, personal stuff around, I think, where we are in gravity and where we want to be. But I don't think it's like hurry in a negative way, but like in a positive way. Like we are leading in, in, in a good path, and I like to see our grow. Um, so it's like an excitement. Um, so yeah, I like where we are going. Um, and I will pass it to Irene.
Thank you, Bianca. I am worried about. I don't know if I can call it worried, but I am interested and focused on the timeline on and design of our trajectory of where we're going and the path that we're taking. I want to explain what I mean about that. It's like right now we have the basis and the points for continuity and some changes, like the one that Juanca mentioned about stewards. But I also am thinking in a border a structural way that I'm worried that maybe we need more structure and design work about governability and about what do we want our token to be functioning like, or like the basis or of our path. So not worried, but yeah, that's something that grabs my attention, and I see a need to have those base things talked about and outlined. And on a personal level, I am worried that I don't have the time or capacity to hold everything that's happening. Is like too many things that pop up all the time, that different type of cases and people asking me for supervision and stuff that I'm not qualified about it, but they say you're the one expert in that topic. So I'm getting stuffed with many things. So yeah, I'm worried that I won't be able to hold everything, but it's flowing for the moment. Yeah, I will pass it to Araujo.
Okay, right. I'm sort of worried about my transition of with two to with three, because I want to live completely with three, something like NFTs, DAOs. These things are really new to me. But the way I'm really new here in Gravity, so I want to bring my best to all the team and make great things. So everything are happening to me are really new. So by the way, I'm really nervous because this is my first coordination call. So let's see what's happened. I passed to let me check. Um, Septimus.
Thanks, Araujo. Yeah, I mean, my biggest worry right now would probably like I'm leaving Spain like for a month, and yeah, I don't know. It feels very new to me, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that's the thing that worries me the most right now. I'll pass it back to Juan.
Thank you. And yeah, welcome Araujo. And it's great to mention all the worries. And also Araujo, well, to give you just like a brief TLDR, the TEC is a project. It's a commons around the token engineering field, and they used the framework of Elinor Ostrom to develop that commons. And within one of the principles of Elinor Ostrom, or multiple of the principle of Elinor Ostrom, she talks about the importance of having conflict management and ways for the people to take decisions and to sanction the unwanted behavior and to implement that the rules apply to everyone. So Gravity focuses on the application of those principles. And we were born from the TC. We requested funding from the TC. And right now we are trying to become a DAO of our own. And we will be submitting a second proposal to the TEC. And that's why we are talking about of all this changing of a structure. Because when we submitted the first proposal, we had to execute what was planned. But right now that we have the opportunity to make the second proposal, we can change some things, and that's the opportunity that we have. So if you want to know more, please DM me. But yeah, there are multiple working groups in the TC, and we are focused really specifically on the fact of relationships between people and helping to facilitate on conflictive situations.
Yep, I saw the yesterday. Yes, I saw the first video of Gravity, the education. I mean, so I understand something of Gravity, something like we are focusing on the conflict solutions. I read all the description of the groups, and Gravity sounds very interesting to me. And this is how I'm here. So I'm very excited to see what's happening.
Perfect. That's amazing. So welcome. Okay.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks.
And I totally get you on not sleeping well. I too somatize my stress, and it affects my sleep. But the hope that we have is that we can organize in a way that the loads are better distributed, and that it's not like we running or feeling individually responsible for a lot of things, but feeling supported by the team. And yeah, stability is something that is really hard to find in these Web3 spaces where everything works around proposals, projects, tools, and sometimes you deliver the thing, and that creates the need of change. I saw that, and we've been experiencing this in the TC also, because the Stewards used to be a funded work, and right now it's being an ad honorem work. And even though it's beautiful to be a steward, it also has some changes, and stability is something that we all are seeking. And Bianca, I really love that you are such a good friend, and that you always are trying to support people and like getting things done for the bride. That's amazing. And Irene, I think the roadmap, more or less, that we are following right now is in this document in this document. I think that this is one of the most accurate roadmaps that we can have. And right now we are entering into this third quarter of 2022, where we are expecting for new DAOs using our tools and framework. We just finished the first season providing services to Aragon, and right now we are negotiating to have funding for a second season of Aragon DAO using our tools and framework. Something transversal that we are doing is the onboarding to new members, conflict management services, outreaching other communities, education, and feedback loops. And in the fourth quarter, we will focus on becoming a commons and trying to launch our economy. So some of the things that we are doing right now is to design this second proposal. This document is here in the notes. If anyone wants to work on it, it's here. I will put it also here more up. And we're working on this second proposal where more or less what we are thinking is to submit two proposals to split our intentions in two proposals. One proposal would be for 4 months of funding of continuation of operations and infrastructure. That meaning 5 stewards of 800 DAI each monthly, a total of $4,000 a month. 4 months, 3 months for 3K monthly on bounties per month. This means that the stewards will have like a lot of contributors and people like working with them that maybe will not be in the operation monthly budget, but that they can receive rewards according to the bounties they assume monthly. And all of the stewards should have agency to distribute these bounties according to the work that they feel that it's important. And 1 Graviton training. And this would be a total of 31K. And the second proposal, it's for launching an economy, and this will be after the first proposal is passed. Proposal is passed. And we will need to hire a Solidity dev to help us with the gardens, with the augmented bonding curve and the converter page. We will need a Discord wizard because we want to have our own Discord. UX designer. Maybe we know some people in the community, but this is all these names are still like just ideas. It would be good first to create the role and then to look for the person, but we have people that can take those roles. And an
sorry about to interrupt, but I can help with the Discord. Just tell me exactly what you need, and I can help you.
Okay, that's amazing. For this, what we will do is that we will do a role description, but it's nice to have you volunteering. So Bye B and Araujo are people that can help us with this. Do you have experience with bots and with bridges and stuff like that?
With bots, nah. But all the things related to community, yes, because I recently worked with a brand of aviation, so I know something like a community. But I can help with all the things related to Discord. I don't have no problem, and the bots, I can develop them. I don't have any problem really.
Okay, well, still, I think this wouldn't be like a one-man work. So maybe we can have like some like coordination between you and Bye B or the people that assume this. But right now we are like talking about the big idea, and like having 2 proposals, and in this one also having an emergency budget. The total request that we will do would be around 52K to the TC. And the idea is that this will be our last proposal to the TC, and then we will make our token and try to enter into a new stage of becoming a DAO, where we will collectively steward the funds and the economy that we will design with the token. So yeah, I think this is very exciting, and this would be to launch maybe in December, January, or February of next year. Also, the idea is of this proposal. The first proposal is to be posted in the forum, in the TC forum. The step-by-step process to pass a proposal in the gardens is first to make a proposal post in the forum. I have the forum here. Like this one. This is the first proposal that we had. This was like in January, where we requested funds for 6 months. So we will be having this forum post made mid-August, and we will wait to have feedback from the community around 2-3 weeks in the forum, and then we will make the proposal in the TC Gardens. So what I really expect is that this proposal will receive its funding around September. Right now we have the funds to continue our operations until September. So I think we have been doing a good usage of the funds, and that if we continue this way, like things will be doable. Like talking about the times of when will be the second proposal posted, and if we make this in September, maybe in October we can submit the second proposal, so that the 3 months of working in the token project and designing our token would be like October, November, December, or November, December, January, so that we can launch either in January or in February. It also depends a lot in the market. We've seen that the market is rising a little bit, so it's interesting to try to find the right momentum, so that we can benefit from the growth of the market and the money that we can raise from the when we open the token to the market. What do you think about this? Feedback?
Yeah. Do you have any needs for the first proposal? Are you already working on that? And yeah, I guess what are needs there?
Perfect. That's amazing. Well, the proposal, as it's written right now, it only has like bullet points. From this line to down are like brainstorms that we have had, but from this line up is like the more polished kind of proposal. And here, for example, the first things that we want to do in the proposal, we're talking about the proposal, is to mention the results that we have had until now. So we have made book clubs, practice groups representing Gravity in other communities. We have active Gravitons in other communities. We have had two Graviton trainings. The website, we are having an MVP hopefully in August. We have accountability of all the transactions. We have been doing community building. We also had a first client, and this is something that would be really important to highlight, because the fact of looking for funds is one of the bottlenecks that we have been having on the TC, and we want to show that Gravity services can be sustainable, and that we are creating value and toolings that can be reproduced in other communities. Also, now Septi talked about the roles, and this is something that needs to be included here, but I wanted to work as a separate topic. So now that you say that, how can you help with this? Maybe someone, I don't know, whoever wants to, can take a little bit of making like a paragraph or 2 paragraphs talking about the things that we have been doing and that have been a success on this first proposal. Maybe also writing some of the bottlenecks that we have found. At least I think it one of the bottlenecks, and this is something that I would like to improve, is to decentralize more the case mediation. I still find myself being the principal mediator in most of the cases, and I feel that you are all prepared, or most of you are very prepared to take a case and to lead a case, and I want to be better at delegating that case management and not like loading myself too much. So talking also about good things and bottlenecks. So this paragraph, yeah, it's open for anyone to try to put some ideas here, and we will be also continuing to detail all this, and going into this point of roles and structure. For this first proposal that we had in the forum, we had 4 job descriptions, but right now we want to transform that into 5 stewards. So we need to improve these job descriptions, and that's also something that we all can do, and maybe we can have a champion of each document and have like a really good role description of the 5 stewards of Gravity. For example, we have like here we have the active Gravitons role, and it's like be a point of contact for reporting issues in the tech and related communities, help delegate cases to other Gravitons, provide inter-Graviton support, promote narrative and communication strategies for Gravity, foster Gravity from their active participation, follow up. So this is like a role that also needs to be better defined. For example, it would be really good if we can have like to define like I think it would be a need, or it would be something that could help us organize better if each active Graviton is assigned to a community. So it's not like maybe I am an active Graviton, but I don't know exactly which is the community that I am being the ambassador of Gravity to. It would be really good to have like more clarity around that. And for example, I like the example of Benz, that he's been an active Graviton in Giveth, and it's really cool that we can have an active Graviton in Aragon, an active Graviton in Gitcoin, an active Graviton in another community that you feel that you participate and that you can be like our contact point. Hey Durgadas, welcome to the call.
Hey. I wonder how roles and teams might mesh in terms of so like I think you heard in the call yesterday that even though like DDAN he gave the presentation on nonviolent communication. When it comes to doing it face to face or in the moment or with the disgruntled person that I was role playing yesterday, it's very hard struggle for him. So what I was trying to do is figure out, I felt like if I was to team up, like maybe we can have like an NVC team or a liberating structures team or and then maybe, we could move through that so that we could be accountability partners for each other's growth in terms of, D-Dan, you might understand the fundamental mechanics of the NVC, but doing it in front of a person might be a struggle for him. So finding ways to support him as other gravitons, but so maybe there could be a part of the active gravitons or even some of us maybe to work across multiple groups like that, where we could support all the different teams doing different things, those of us who have an overview or more experience. And then so I was just trying to figure out, maybe accountability partnership between us could be a part of that team thing, or something that would precede the creation or formation of a team. I'm not sure exactly how to say that, but it's just kind of spitballing on what came out of yesterday.
I think that's great. And also another idea that I had is to not have like one active graviton per community, because if that active graviton gets sick, there is no backup. So it would be good to have 2 active gravitons per community. For example, this happened like a month ago. I had to make a presentation in Aragon, and that day, like my flight got delayed, and I couldn't assist to that, and I really struggled to find like support or someone who could like champion and fill that blank that I left. And
I was there.
Yeah,
but it was Incandesza who told me that support was needed, so I wouldn't have known otherwise.
I want to say something here. Actually, like if you have like a backup, you have a presentation and then someone is backing up your presentation. That means like 2 people is getting learning, doing a presentation, and most of the times you only need one, which is like it will increase the budget, and sometimes it's going to be pretty inefficient. Like
everybody should have a team, like including those of us who've been here a while or have been carrying water for a while.
It's like when imagine like a famous musician like got a concert and then he gets sick. Normally they just reimburse the entry tickets, and they apologize, and then they just run another show in the same city, and whoever wants to came and bought the ticket before, they just make a thing. Like it's not like they prepare a second concert just in case someone is failing, because it's very inefficient in my opinion.
Yeah, so well, this role needs to be restructured and worked on. So all of you, if you want to, you can jump into this document, add your ideas. Also, we have a coordination manager. The coordination manager is what I've been doing, but I was also doing the case management, and that's a role that we are going to create so that we split the coordination from the case management. I've been doing the case management and the coordination. We are going to now have 2 people splitting that. So like the coordination manager, Bianca has been supporting me a lot with this, and it's like coordinate the team, make the spaces, and schedule so that we can have calendars including educational activities, and that we can organize with the people who will be facilitating the activities that they are available. And
would be like I think like we should also like schedule like coordination treasury call, because like in 10 days the month is finishing, and I think it'd be interesting if we like, and you were doing that before and now it's Bianca taking it, so I think it'd be nice if we could just gather the 3 of us just for this time, so we keep the workflow the same even if we change who is doing that. I think that would be very beneficial.
Okay. Perfect. For the case manager, we haven't wrote the role, but we need to make a new document on this. Maybe I will make some draft and then we can continue like polishing. But basically, this case manager will be the person receiving the requests from the community for conflict management cases. This also has a bottleneck, and has been a really small and really not very significant bottleneck, but something that we have had for a lot of months, and is that right now the type form that we have belongs to the common stack. Belongs to the common stack.
Well, that's a problem we can solve with a new website in multiple different ways, right? So going forward, but it would be nice to get the data out of that type form, in some way, to export it so then we can import it into whatever the heck we're going to use going forward. But that won't be a problem that will be there forever.
Perfect.
There's some of these things that we're kind of hoping the website will we're not moving on them because the website will fill that role. Are there some things that we do want to just go ahead with, even if it's like a bridge solution till the website? Because I feel like there's a couple things like that just kind of it would be easier with our own Discord if we were to kind of move over to organize, Typeform, just things like that.
Well, I have two answers to that. If we pay the Typeform, it would be like a platform that we would use only for like 2 months until the website. And if we don't pay it, the capabilities are very limited. So I think that if we have been doing that of using the common stack Typeform until now, we can wait a little bit until the page to have like this new registry of an input mechanism. And why is the reason that I haven't really decentralized this case management is because the people who have access to this Typeform has access to a lot of sensible and information that belongs to the common stack. So I have been doing this because the common stack gave me this, but right now that we are trying to become independent from the TC and from the common stack too, we need to make this new input where we can have a more decentralized access to that information, and that we can say, okay, yeah, this is the people. Sorry, Dorian.
By the way, I did add the gravity case creation form into the focus matrix right now. So that's one of those things that we'll just have to try to keep in mind. So if things come up during these calls, can somebody just stick it in the focus matrix so that we know, like, for the future, just maybe keep your ears on, those of you who've been in the Friday meetings. We haven't had it for a couple of weeks, but we'll have it again definitely this week.
Yeah, that's our topic. We have a training in Aragon tomorrow at 3 p.m. My time, but I think it's 9 p.m. Europe time. Jeremy will be facilitating to the Aragon community activities with liberating structures, and we will have another session of Jeremy on Friday at 8:30 p.m. a.m. My time. I think it's 3:30 p.m. Europe. So you are super invited. If you can only come to one of them, it's really cool. If you cannot come to any of them, it's cool too, but try to support. And that same day, we have a website call where we are talking about all the things that we need to have in our website, like the things that we are mentioning of having our own type form and being owners of that information. Right now, we are not the owners of the information from the request that we have received until this point, because the owners of that information are Common Stack, or the owners of that account are the Common Stack. So we need to have our own. You understood me. Like, it's important to have our own thing so that we can say, okay, this is the people. We can have the agency to say who is going to manage this, and not like playing with others' informations. I don't know if I was really clear, but that was the idea. So this case manager role needs to be better defined. We also have an operations manager that is like coordinate internal messaging, communication, and distribution, provide support with platform management, organize working group workflows and documentation.
Can I make a suggestion that we break up the operations manager to sort of people-oriented stuff and sort of infrastructure-oriented stuff? Because those are very distinct skills from each other, you know, and somebody like me who's got an incredibly broad skill set might be able to do both, but I wouldn't want to suggest that that's a structural way we should do that, you know? So, because I'm sure there's somebody who's like a Discord genius. I don't know anything about Discord, and I'm not about to spend the time on it, you know, but at the same time, you know, it just, so again, I come back to this team thing. I feel like we should have like an infrastructure team, you know, and then it's good to have a single person who's coordinating, but maybe we can have a team for infrastructure. I know there's just a few things that I want to do on the website, for example, that I don't know how to do, right? Not a lot, but it would sure be nice to have some support for that, you know? So that sort of thing is all I'm talking about.
Maybe what we could do is to, I don't know, it's just like thinking broadly. We had these bounties budget, and maybe what we could do is that we could distribute the bounties between the stewards, so that all of the stewards could have agency on rewarding and on including the things that they think that are important for the support of their actions. Maybe having like an assistant, or having a team. It would be really good to have a team, because it's not like the steward, it's a one-man team. No, the steward should steward the team, so we should also like give content to that team. Steward and team. Okay.
So tomorrow, when is the what hour is the call? I listen 5 p.m.
I think we have the calendar of Gravity in this chat, in the Discord chat. It's I send it on the 15th of July, and there is it, and there you can have it. But it's I think it's 9 p.m. EST. It would be 3 p.m. I think 3 p.m. EST. I don't know if I'm in EST right now, because of sometimes I am in EST and sometimes I'm not. But you can add the Gravity calendar. And another thing that Septimos told me is that these calls are not in the TC calendar, but I will add them. I don't know if these calls that are in the Aragon are needed, but this one that is the Gravity website needs to be there. This one is there. I will add them to the TC calendar.
I don't think they belong
Okay.
to the TC calendar. I think like we should just distribute the Gravity calendar more. That would be it.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah, we should talk strategy about the calendaring in terms and during the website meeting as well. That's the structure.
Okay. And we also have this last role description that we had in the past, that is the treasury manager. This is the thing that Septimus has been doing, like multi-sig executing, monitor bounty payments, managing the Gravity budget, create a monthly expense sheet, support the execution of the calendar, promote the implementation of sustainable common purse resource framework, facilitate the development of new proposal from the working group. Septi is helping with this design of this second proposal. Propose additional revenue streams, research governance and DAO tooling for scalability of the organization, commit to the planning, execution, transparency, and ethical use of the funds, and manage the execution of bounties in D-work. So I think Septi has been doing this really good, but I also think that maybe Septi and the role of this treasury manager could be, but I'm going to write here, like, to update or to add that this treasury manager should be leading the efforts on the token economy design. Like the token efforts and the design of our economy is something that we all are going to participate in, because we are all going to be talking about all these of like reserve balance, open price, and how many tokens do we want to create, and the distribution and stuff like that. So it's something that we all have to participate, but it would be good to have someone who can be like seen as the lead of that process. So I think that the treasury manager can also take a little bit of responsibility on this. And maybe if this token, if this treasury manager says, hey, we're going to have a meeting this day and we're going to talk about reserve balance and we are going to make a params party or something, yeah, this is something that could be taken by this role. Do you agree with that, Septi? Do you feel comfortable with that? Do you think it's good?
I mean, I was not thinking of making a dashboard or anything. I feel like it also adds to the budget. I was just thinking of, kind of designing myself with Sam. I actually have some ideas, but then I could share with the rest of the team to add feedback. I know, like you, Juan, want to distribute free tokens to some people. I was planning to do a full, 100% reserve, but maybe it could be like 90 something. But again, like I think I could make a proposal, and then we just agree, disagree, and integrate the feedback. Just around. I was actually like planning to do it myself with advice process from Gravity folks.
Okay, yeah, maybe I think engaging in a process of having our own dashboard would like add too much complexity for a small organization as ours. Maybe we can, as we are a small group, we can like agree and have like a collective intelligence process on how do we want that to work out.
It's something we could add to the website, like phase 2 or something, so we could do this initial process to kind of work it out, but then we could say that's a thing that we'll try to solve later on. I'll add it to the thing here.
And also what Septi mentioned is that something that I was thinking is that we are going to distribute some of the tokens to the people who have been contributing to Gravity, so that not everyone who has tokens is people who buys it. but that we can benefit from the market, but also that the people who were building the tooling and building the community and building the DAO could be rewarded for their work, like some of the things like the impact hours. But that should also have like a discussion around, okay, how much are we going to distribute, and who are going to be that people, and what's going to be the list and stuff like that. One easy criteria that we have is the POAPs, but the bad thing about POAPs is that they have also been claimed by bots. So I think we will need to make like a list and a very individual case by case scenario, and maybe making some tiers and saying, okay, the people who have been working since the start maybe have X amount of tokens, and the people who have been working since the second Graviton training or since the third Graviton training acquires or enter into X other tier. I don't know, it's just giving ideas.
Yeah, and I've talked about how, people who are teaching those things probably should have almost a different POAP and a different sort of understanding that, what's going on. So anyway, that was just adding on to that.
Yeah, I also wanted to add, like, the more tokens we mean to like, my idea was, we are not going to have a hatch, so we need to raise money for the common pool. And my strategy was like, having 100% reserve, then you start incrementing the token supply, which means like people who put money in will instantly have benefit. And if they sell, it's money that is going directly to the common pool. So, the more free tokens you mean to people, the less attractive is to people to buy. And at the end of the day, like, if we, we really need to raise like some good amount of money, otherwise, like, the common pool is not going to have so much resources. But at the same time, I agree with you, Juan. Like, you want the people who's governing the commons is people who have participating in Gravity, and then also, it's not run by digits. Like, they just came in from the money, but it's hard to balance. So we need to discuss around that.
We can make some simulations. Do you remember that I made some simulation? I don't know. I am not seeing them.
Yeah, but the thing is, we are not going to have a hatch.
Okay.
It's like out of the budget. Like, it would add so much money to the budget. Like 12K is like bonding curve, gardens, and the converter.
Perfect.
Like, having hatch would add like,
okay,
50K more extra to the budget. So it's like, and it's just something like, Gravity is also like not super. Like, I don't know how much money like the Gravity would raise, and then it's like, as we start the hatch with minus 50K. So if we could, if we have this money, I feel it's better just to send it to the common pool than building a hatch.
Okay. Yeah, this is something that we should we have time to talk about, and I agree that maybe it can be like a 5%, the initial distribution, or maybe if it's too really high, would be like around a 10%. But I feel like a 5% would be good for the people that are receiving like the free tokens.
Yeah, but then you have to know, like, unless this 5% put money in, they will not be the people who will be governing the commons. That's also something to get into account.
Okay. Then, yeah, we should have to find like a mixed approach where we have at least some kind of governability, but also that we can make it attractive for the market.
Yeah. But just to be clear, like, which date are we aiming to the token launch? Like, I was not even thinking on it right now.
No, I think it's like January, February of next year.
Like the launch, or starting, or telling them you start work on that?
No, the launch. I think
Okay.
that Sem, we can
So
talk.
we should start working on it like now, right?
I think that we can start in October once we have
Yeah.
this proposal passed, because I don't want Sam to like put effort into this without us having the funds to pay him. So it would
Yeah.
be good, yeah, to start like around in October,
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair.
September, October. But yeah, we are in the end of this call. I think we advanced a lot. Feel free to add to these documents. Um, I hope that you feel that you are very aware of everything that is happening and that you can contribute. We are designing these roles and having a second proposal. We are thinking of these roles, and we are also thinking of how to have not only like one person per role, but to have like a team to execute a role, or to maybe that we can have a lead and a backup of or buddies or to work together. I don't know. I want this to be something to put into the collective intelligence and to see how can we improve. But I like the idea of not having like one person stewarding a group, or not one person stewarding a group, but like one person being a group, but like having one person stewarding a group. Yeah. But yeah, thank you. And okay, I see Bianca is writing about mental health for next week. Yeah, please mention it. And Anna, I also agree with your worry about not having psychologists in Gravity. The two persons that are leading this right now are Bianca and you, and you are still undergraduates. So it would be really good to find how to bring people who 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 has some more experience in the ground, so that they can support you in the initiatives that you have, that even that you are not graduated, are really really advanced and important for the field of psychology and for this nascent field. So I think that even people who has more experience in psychology wouldn't be able to do the things that you are doing right now, but maybe because they have more experience in the field, they can complement some of the work that you are doing. So also feel free to think how can that role be included in this second proposal. How can we include in this second proposal the development of the psychological side inside Gravity?
Okay, great. I agree with you.
We should just
Uh,
recruit like on Twitter and stuff, like promotional thing, where we're asking for, people who are interested in the intersection of crypto and psychology, and see, who shows up.
I have a last question. So I want to be part of operations manager. I want to help with that. So what I need to do to be part of the operations manager?
Well, the thing is that all this that we are talking about is for this second proposal, but right now we are still going with what was in the first proposal, and the operations manager right now, that role is being taken by Durgadas, but he's saying that this maybe needs to be split. So right now, some of the things that we are doing regarding this topic is that we are building a website, and that we are trying to make a good platform management of like having all of our information in just one site, and something that is organized, and not having like multiple platforms overlapping, but to have like a very concise way to interact with everything that we do. And I think that maybe what you can do if you want to assume or to contribute in this right now or in the future is to sync with Durgadas to see how can you help him participate in the website design calls and try to reformulate this operation manager role maybe
we can have a separate meeting about that, I'm happy to discuss it and share.
Yeah, maybe splitting the responsibilities. I don't know. Yeah, it's all coordination, and right now we are in the phase of coordination.
I saw something of the proof of attendance. I can help with the part of the art because I know how to draw some characters because I learned about I learned because Marcus Magnusson who one taught me to draw. So the thing here, I can help with the proof of attendance.
Yeah, we need some illustration stuff throughout the website. So it'd be good to discuss what illustrations and other stuff too, right? So yeah, I'd love it if we could split up some of the operations management responsibilities. Maybe I'm wearing that a little more because I'm mostly doing the website work in terms of architecture and other stuff. But operations manager has a bunch of different parts to it. So it would be good to even think about that in the future.
Hey, I gotta jump off too, but I just want to say really quick about the mental health event. It's something that we're doing every month now at the end of the month. So every last Thursday of the month, we're creating this safe space to talk about our mental health. And it's a place that you are totally free to talk and express your feelings or emotions or just be and maybe just listen or maybe just share or even try to help somebody that's in there too. Just like it's a totally like come and share and be, and it's a safe space. Whatever we talk there, it stays there. So we try to have this space every month to talk about our feelings. And yeah, so it's gonna happen next week on Thursday. So it's also in our calendar.
Next week on Thursday, it's this one. Perfect.
Yes.
And also next week on Wednesday, we will be having we will be participating in the Token Engineering Academy birthday, and they want to have a presentation of Gravity to the people who is learning token engineering on Wednesday.
Can I have a word?
Please, Irene.
Okay. So I have different opinions about many things, but you go too fast for me, so I haven't said anything. So I don't know where or when to say them. And I have opinions about many topics that have been said. And the other thing that I wanted to say is that, well, I really have to go. I'm 10 minutes late for my appointment. But I'm doing the fundamentals. So I'm not a dev, and I don't know if I will how it will be for me, but I'm doing the effort. So I wanted you to know that I'm doing it. And yes, I would love to speak about something that we could be more open, not just to psychologists, for other types of therapy, because it for me it narrows the options, and we have so many options right now. So I would love to talk about that, and maybe we could find a way to organize it in the same space, or maybe we need two different spaces. I don't know. We have to talk about it. So in a way that we all feel comfortable. And yeah, I have to go, but maybe I write in the chat the opinions that I held. They are not too big.
Yeah, Irene, let's schedule a call. Also, you can write it in any of these documents in the notes. It would be good to have it in the notes or maybe in the Discord and just like ping some of us. And yeah, actually, the side of psychology arose because we noticed that we needed a wider approach to the therapy. And I think that what you are proposing of making it even wider, it's also and including other forms of therapy. It's super interesting. So not like closing only in psychology or closing only in alternative dispute resolution, but to find and to promote a very comprehensive and differentiated offer of services that all contribute to the well-being of the people participating in the projects and of the well-being of the community that they participate in. So that's super interesting. And if you have some other therapy framework that you would like to introduce, we could find either a space in psychology, like making it like a multi-therapy approach, or making it something split and different. Yeah, it's all coordination and we just have to coordinate, but feel free to leave your comments and just point us to where your information is and we will reply. And feel free also to DM me and we can schedule a call and talk about this.
I would also say that this kind of thing is appropriate for the who's in my focus matrix, because if we need to, so right now, the only psychologist group that's put their hand up has been people who are doing psychological research. So I've already got stuff in the new website for psychological researchers, but I wouldn't have it for like an internal family systems or, any of the number of other, modalities that there are. I mean, I know of like the stages framework from, there's a million different things I could cite here, but if we're going to include them or try to make an effort toward that, I'd love to include them in that spreadsheet so that I can at least have some data on the different kinds of things that we'll be looking at, and you guys can have a whole page, just for that with links and everything. But if I don't put it in, then, and I don't get it in that document, then. So maybe that's a thing that we can review if you'd like separately. Just DM me and we'll find a time.
Friday website meeting. See you all there. And thank you for coming. I won't take much of your time. Bianca, enjoy your wedding. Durgadas, have a nice rest of the day. Benz, a hug. Irene, thank you for coming. Araujo, welcome to the Web3 TC space. This is crazy, but you're gonna like it.
Thank you
you.
all. Take care.
Nice to be here. Bye bye.
Ciao.